Prepper tip of the day. Do not allow anybody whatsoever, to become your ruler. Don't let it happen.
Welcome to the channel, where we teach advanced level preparedness and encourage resilience through self-sustainability. If you would like to support our non-monetized channel, please consider using our Amazon affiliate or PayPal donation links in the description below.
Preppers, the time for novelty is over. I'm more speaking, I think, to whether it be content creators, mainly content creators, I guess. So if you've been paying attention, and I certainly do, there are a lot of alternative media that are hurting right now. A lot of them come right out and they talk about it. A lot of them, they have memberships of other kind that you can join, and they're really pushing that because that's a lot of their bread and butter at this point. I'll use one example, Luke with We Are Change, right? It's not like a Patreon or anything like that. No, he's got his own website that everything goes on. Now, I'm not a member because I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I should not. Look, if people want to help people, that's great. But the good book taught me that I wasn't supposed to always expect something in turn for everything I did in life. And one of those things that we do in life that the Bible talks about that we shouldn't expect personal gain is helping people. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that, you shouldn't have a shop and you shouldn't charge to work on people's stuff because I do that. But I'll tell you right now, if somebody would come to me, let's say their car's broke down, and they got enough money to get the parts, but they damn sure ain't got enough money for the shop, I'm going to be working on that car faster than you can blink. And I'm not going to be expecting anything. Not from them, not from anybody else, and not from God. Because we're told not to do that either. So, again, it is what it is. But I'm not necessarily talking about the membership type of stuff or the Patreons or anything like that. It's not at all really what I'm talking about. There's a lot of other novelty stuff. And I won't even say necessarily along the lines of preparedness because in a lot of cases it's not. But these alternative media, these content creators, if you will, have been selling this stuff. And I always liken it to boner pills because Alex Jones was the great boner pill seller. And so it doesn't matter what you're selling. I'm going to call it boner pills because it's funny. And I don't care. But you've got a lot of different alternative content creators. I don't know what to call them, really. You know what I'm referring to. But there's a lot of them selling tea and coffee. And Tucker Carlson, he's got the out pouches. And, there's lots of tea and coffee going around, though. And then when it comes to different type of supplements, as they call them, those are also, and if you pay attention, and this is why I won't buy from any of them, okay? Because all you got to do is listen to them. And every single one of them will tell you about how theirs is the best and why theirs is the best. Now, they can't all be the best, right? There's got to be a best. They can't all be the best. So that means that every single person that says that, with the exception of one, is lying. I don't like to do business with liars. I've got a rule against that. If you lie to me, I'm not going to do business with you. I'm probably not going to have much at all to do with you. Now, if I can gain intel by continuing to by me continuing to let you lie to me, I'm going to do that. Because never interrupt an enemy when they're making mistakes. I'll let them do it. Nonetheless, that is more what I'm talking about. All these other items, whether it be teas, whether it be coffees, but there's even preparedness items too that are novelty items. And I'm not knocking anybody that's got one. I'm not saying not to get one. All I'm saying is recognize it for what it is. One of the biggest preparedness item novelties that I know of, and I'm going to get some hate for this, solar ovens. It is one of the most impractical things for preparedness that there is. Because of the time, because of the fact that in that amount of time, there's going to be a lot of animals, a lot of peoples that's going to know you're cooking because they can smell it for hours. So, it's just not real practical. It's not. Again, I'm not saying don't have one. Hell, I do. I wish I had one. But I don't. I've never had the amount of disposable cash that I could just say, okay, I'm going to get me a solar cooker. I'd love to have one. And I've debated making one for quite some time. And there's no excuse why I haven't gotten it done. I just haven't done it. Not hard to make. I mean, it's a real simple idea. I just never have. Why? Because it's not realistic. It would just be novelty. It would just be, I'm going to go cook our dinner in the solar cooker. Not, oh my God, the apocalypse happened. I got to get my solar cooker set up so all my neighbors can come steal my food after they kill me and take my food in solar cooker. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm being very hyperbolic there. But, it's not practical. It's not a practical preparedness item. Another thing that's not practical, and this is going to ruffle some feathers, and there's been a fair amount of people that's already took this leap. Don't use any of the, you've got these solar generator companies, and I'll call one out, EcoFlow. Don't go building a huge system using their products or any other company's products like that. You are getting taken. And I mean in a big way. On multiple levels. For one, the price you're paying versus what you're getting, you're paying one hell of a premium for that capacity and that capability. One hell of a premium. To where if you built your own system, meaning you go to a website and you pick out your batteries, you pick out your, a lot of people like the solar charge controller inverter combinations, the big units that you mount on the wall. A lot of times you can get decent ones, $600-700. There's one prepper channel. Guy's a complete dumbass, especially when it comes to solar. And that happens to be my beef with him, because he called me stupid because I know solar. And, anyway, that guy's a fucking idiot, and then some. He's one of the idiots that did his house up with EcoFlow products because he's retarded. So, don't do that. You're throwing so much money away. So much money away. If you want a larger battery backup system to use in your home, you plan on bugging in, or maybe this is a bug out location or whatever, if that's the route, if that's the only route that you know of to go, please contact me and let me show you. I don't want anything. I don't get anything from it. I don't, nothing. I want to help people. That's it. That's the only reason I ever started this damn channel, was to help people. It wasn't to benefit from it in any way. Not in any way. I mean, it'd be nice to not have my pee-pee schwacked again by the father. Okay? And since he wanted me to come here and talk about pole shift and wood gasification, I felt I'd better do it because I don't want my pee-pee schwacked again. So, there's that. But anyway, I just want to help folks. I'm not trying to make nothing from you. I'm not trying to push a particular brand on you. I'm nothing. I just want to help. You can build your own system, much better system, for much cheaper, with more capability. And the most important thing, you won't wind up in a situation to where you're locked out of your own damn system because you can't log into the EcoFlow servers. Uh-oh. Yeah. You know, with all this technology, you know, all the different little products that they're putting touch screens. It's my tablet. I'm reading the Helix Deception, so all the little products that they put touch screens on. I know that's a tablet, but I mean, you know, all the different products. You can go get a disposable e-cig from the gas station for like $20 that has a touch screen on it. Okay? And a menu system that you access via that touch screen. Am I right? You can get a disposable e-cig with that technology for $20 at the gas station. So riddle me this. Why can't companies like EcoFlow, instead of their little LED screen that I debate whether or not it's quality, look, if your LED screen can get screwed up by the static electricity because people don't pull the cover off, the little protective plastic, if that's enough to mess up your LED screen, you need to fix that. That's been an EcoFlow problem ever since EcoFlow's been EcoFlow. But, back to my point. How much more would it cost to replace their crappy LED screen with, say an OLED display? I mean, it could even be the cheaper displays. It doesn't matter. Why couldn't they replace that with that display and add a on-screen menu system to where you can just use the touchscreen to change all the settings that you currently have to go into the app right now to be able to access? Now, why wouldn't they do that? You know, you've got prepping channels out there that will, every time they open their mouth, they talk about the zero-day exploits from China and all of our products. But they don't talk about their prepper shit, do they? Do they? Be careful, man and women. The prepper space is filled with people that are full of shit, short-sighted, and greedy. Back to the novelty item. If I was a content creator, for lack of a better term, I think I would start moving away from trying to pilfer the novelty items. Maybe migrate towards something a little more realistic and practical, perhaps. I mean, that's the one thing I got to say about Bear. The product he makes is practical for the prepper space. Very practical. Problem is people don't need 500 first aid kits. So, Most people can't afford 500 first aid kits. I mean, it is what it is. You can have too much of anything. Too much advertising, but whatever. Not down in his medical kits. I'm pretty convinced they're probably the best in the world. No doubt. No doubt. Are they worth that? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I have to say yeah. And the reason why is because you're putting American people to work. I would be a hypocrite if I said it's not worth it. So, there's that. Damn. That guy's actually honest. Yeah. I'm not here to benefit from you in any way. Not in any way. Don't need to benefit from you. I've got my two hands. I've got my mind. I don't need to come make a video and grift off of that. I'm not narcissistic enough to think that people should pay me for my opinion. Another kind of a novelty thing I think you're going to see start to go away. One thing cracked me up. Bear says he might be changing his tiers again for his Patreon. Mind you, his lowest tier, currently, his lowest tier is $10. $10. Right? And of course, he had his reasons. Let me tell you the truth of why Bear's debating changing the price of the lowest tier. Because at this point, there's people willing to pony up the $10 to join his Patreon to call his ass out. That is why he wants to raise the lowest tier on his Patreon. He's wanting to raise that level up to try to discourage people that would just pay out the money to come on there and give them shit. Because that's how much control these people want over the dialogue. Now that should be a clear and present warning to people. When you see somebody that is hell-bent on controlling the narrative, you sit and you watch our government do that, you watch them hell-bent on controlling the narrative, and you see that it's suspicious, and you call it out, but why aren't you doing it with these people on YouTube? I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of people on the YouTubes that aren't who they make themselves appear to be. There's only a handful of authentic ones that I have found. The two most authentic people that I know of, like in the news media space, that you'll see on YouTube, are going to be Tucker Carlson and Luke Witkowski with We Are Change. That's it. That's it. That's it. That. I don't want to hear it. I don't want it. Because I'm telling you, I've listened to a lot of these folks. The reason Luke Witkowski is hurting so bad right now, financially, and struggling, and just trying to make ends meet, right? Now, I started watching Luke at the same time I started watching Tim Pool, Occupy Wall Street. Tim Pool took the sellout route. Tim Pool is a multimillionaire that's not hurting. Pretty sure he's a multimillionaire at this point. Pretty positive, actually. But see, that's the difference. Look at me. I don't build in any way. Don't. I mean, I put up the little thing in front of the video sometimes, not all the time, about donations and Amazon affiliate, but I'm not going to beat it into you. And I'm not going to sit there and... No. I mean, if you feel my time's worthwhile or whatever, if you want to help us out or whatever leads you to it, it's there. The Amazon thing's, that's just a highly appreciated thing. You don't got to pay a penny extra for that. Just click my link when you go to Amazon to do your shopping, and I get a small commission from whatever it is you buy. You don't have to pay any more for it. Nothing out of your pocket. But I'm not going to beat that over your head. I don't even expect it, folks. Believe me, anytime I open my Amazon affiliate page and I see that there is another, sale from using my link, it's a surprise. It's like, oh, cool. It is. It's a happy surprise. And over the years, we've randomly got donations at PayPal, and same thing, man. Same thing. Happy surprise. A lot of times, interestingly enough, it would come right when we were hurting and needed to fill a gap somehow. Kind of funny how that works. But I didn't expect it. Didn't expect it. Motives are important, folks. And we have to look at them honestly and with clarity. I was raised in a family to where pretty much everybody in the family, including myself, had ulterior motives. Nobody was pure-hearted. Nobody had pure motives. None of them. Not even myself. So, I'm quite keen on picking up when somebody's trying to pull that crap. Your loyalty should be to God. Period. And end of story. Let me say that one more time. Your loyalty should be to God. Period. And end of story. You show me in the user manual for people where it tells you to be any different. Go ahead. I'm not going to wait, though, because I know better. Time for novelty's over. I felt like the intent of the video, the content of my video, we completely missed the damn mark. But that's okay. What's said, needed to be said. And I thank the Father for putting it on my heart. Be careful, man. Lots of snakes, lots of vultures. Lots of them. Pray for discernment. Pray for clarity. Pray for wisdom. Be careful of praying for patience, though. That's a hell of a lesson. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed Shabbat. Shalom.